Contemporary Ethics course. I am going to go ahead and get my screen up here too so you can see me in action. Let me move this out of the way so we can put it up here. There we go. Yeah, I'm Tom Firstel, Professor Tom Firstel. I'll be your professor for this course. This course is designed to focus in on your ethical biases and preferences in order to make you aware of them and to understand those preferences in terms of the 5 ethical frameworks described in the Marcula ethics site at Santa Clara. Secondly, the course gives you the opportunity to read some of the original literature that informs these ethical frameworks, and finally to locate these ethical practices in relation to your own field of study and hopefully your careers. And so I wanted to take just a little bit of time to review how I'm anticipating the course will work. This is obviously the front page of the home page on our site. I have a How Class Works here, which tells you how class works. Basically, every 2 weeks I'm going to score the wiki work that you've been assigned, and as you can see from this list here of assignments, we have 14 wiki assignments. And so the course is rather writing intensive. The first wiki, which is due next week, which will be the October 31st, or Halloween, is asks you to go on to the Moral Foundations site and take a quiz. And this is the way of getting to understand a little bit about your own preferences and biases. And then the second wiki, which is also due next week, is a reading from the Analects of Confucius. And so this gives you an opportunity to begin to look at some of the different original materials that are involved in the course. Under Readings and Instructions page, I've made links out to all the readings and asked you to pay attention to the ABCs. This is what I'm going to be looking at and grading your wiki writing on. First, I want you to identify the reading's moral or ethical orientation as one or a combination of the 5 sources. So in some cases it seems like there is some virtue ethics involved, but there also seems to be great attention to fairness or justice issues. Sometimes it's common good as well as justice. And so I want you to begin using this language and become familiar with it and comfortable. Secondly, respond to the writing prompts thoroughly. This is my asking you to really take a look at these readings. The questions I've designed are designed to make you go in and find what the author really means, and to try to make sure you provide some evidence from the text about your understanding and the application of that knowledge. Quite often I'll include a question that asks you to relate to these ideas either personally or through sort of an act of the imagination as to something you might anticipate running into in your workplace. All right, and so that page is designed this way so we can work right off of that. I've given you an example student page setup. This is the way 1 and Wiki 2 and Wiki 3 and so forth. This is a nice way of ordering the page so it makes it easier for me to identify what begins where. The way you do that is simply by going up and clicking on your edit, and I'll go down here to the bottom of this page and give myself some room. This is a big text box, so you can keep on pushing it out. And if you click this insert horizontal rule line, you get the horizontal line. All right. Okay. So I've added a page called Issues Help and so forth. And so what I'm thinking is this would be a great page for us to post up difficulties or problems that we've had, misunderstandings about the prompts, anything you want to put into here. This would be a great place for us to have sort of an ongoing dialogue. Please feel free, if someone posts up a question and you know the answer to that, please go ahead and respond to that. You can reference the syllabus or any of the guiding material that you've become aware of on the course to help each other out and to help me too. Let me show you how you make your own page. All right. If you take your cursor up, you can click on Add Page. All right. This is an easy way to do it. Click on the page. I'm going to make a Professor Tom site, all right, this is my Professor Tom page, is every time you create a page, and you really only need to create one page for this. Notice I'm making the textbook larger just because I want a big screen up here, okay? So this is my home page where I'll add additional information or cool stuff I find from time to time, okay? And now anytime you change your or edit your page, you click on save, okay? And so that's really all there is to it. Now you noticed up here in the edit column, there's a widget column, so you can also add videos from YouTube, Vimeo, so forth, other video HTML formats. You can add slideshows, you can add HTML like the Prezi for some kind of presentation. So there's a lot of different sort of resources that are available using the wiki site. All right, and what I might do is create another video at some point in time and show you how to do some of those things as well. And I could add that to the Professor Tom page or to issues and comments, wherever you'd like to see them. All right, the biggest focus of this course is this research. Let me see what I look like. All right, is this research project that you have. Beginning by the middle of this course, you should have a topic defined. A good way of doing some research on the topic is to use the Makula site. It has great case studies, so if you're an international marketing person or an accounting or business finance or education, whatever your major field of study is, you're going to be required to find out what are the codes of conduct, an ethics code that's related to this particular field. And every professional association has a code of conduct. And so I'd like for you to become familiar with that and understand it in terms of these sort of ethical perspectives. And so your topic then will first immediately begin to find itself within that framework, as far as what possible solutions and particular perspectives that might be applicable. Not every framework is suitable for every different kind of professional situation. And so this will be something that you'll have to kind of see the shortcomings and the limitations that are field dependent on the kind of virtues or ethical standards that the field is being held to. And so that's basically your project, is to find some ethical conundrum and to describe that conundrum in terms that are related to these ethical perspectives and frameworks, and then to offer perhaps a set of solutions that are guided by that same framework as well. And so you'll build up an annotated bibliography that gives you advice on how to do that, the way different authors and scholarly perspectives have been developed around problems of that nature before that are related to the field or the major that you're looking at. And that will be it. And so that's what we're driving towards. We're driving towards a very well-informed research project that involves an ethical conundrum. I will provide rubrics for all the wiki work. As a matter of fact, I think I need to post that up so you can see how I judge each week's writings. And that should do it. So it's really, I'm looking forward to meeting you all online here. If you need to, I know some of you are long-distance students, and so you won't be able to meet with me personally, but if you're close to campus, you're certainly welcome to drop by. Please email me with any questions, and I'll respond as quickly as I can. Thanks very much. I look forward to working with you in this course.